You are welcome to online tutorials with Pharmacology the Schoolboy. Today we are going to take a look at pharmacology, and we have a question on the board. The question says, acetylcholine A is synthesized by acetylcholinesterase. B is released only from parasympathetic nerves. C is inactivated by reuptake into nerves. D releases adrenaline from the adrenal medulla. E is released from sympathetic nerves to the sweat glands. Our question source is MCQs, that is multiple choice questions in pharmacology by A. DeMello and Z. L. Crook. Second edition, page 4, question 4. Now let's go back to the question. Acetylcholine. To answer this question, we need to really look at the options one after the other and choose the one that is correct and the one that is not what correct. That is the best way to answer this question. The one that is correct and the one that is not what correct. All right, let's go. Let's start from option A. Acetylcholine is synthesized by acetylcholinesterase. What is acetylcholinesterase? It's an enzyme. It's an enzyme that deactivates or inactivates acetylcholine. Actually, acetylcholinesterase, acetylcholine, if this enzyme acts on acetylcholine, we have the enzyme here, acetylcholinesterase, acetylcholinesterase. If this enzyme acts on acetylcholine, what will happen is that it will break it down to what? Choline and acetate. Choline and what? Acetate, thereby rendering acetylcholine inactive. But the option A says is synthesized by acetylcholinesterase. Is not the answer. This option is false. F. This option is what? False. Acetylcholinesterase does not help in the synthesis of what? Acetylcholine. Instead, it does what? It inactivates it. So this one is false. Let's go to B. Option B. Say that acetylcholine is released only from parasympathetic nerves. And we know that acetylcholine is always associated with what? Parasympathetic nerve. We know, but it's not only released from this nerve. Now, acetylcholine is also released from post-ganglionic sympathetic nerves to the sweat gland. Acetylcholine is also released from post-ganglionic sympathetic nerves to what? The sweat gland. Number 2, acetylcholine is also released in the central nervous system, CNS. Number 3, acetylcholine is also released from the preganglionic nerves to all the autonomic ganglia. From the preganglionic nerves to all the autonomic ganglia. I've listed three extra. From where? Postganglionic nerve. Postganglionic sympathetic nerves to what? The sweat gland. From the central nervous system. From the preganglionic nerve to all the autonomic ganglia. Okay. Acetylcholine is good. Acetylcholine is also released from voluntary nerves. From voluntary nerves to skeletal muscles. 4. So acetylcholine is not only released from what? Parasympathetic nerves. Let me repeat myself. Acetylcholine is also released from 1. Central nervous system. 2. From the postganglionic sympathetic nerves to the sweat glands. From the preganglionic nerves to the all autonomic ganglia. And that one is also from the voluntary nerves to the what? Skeletal muscles. So this one says is released only from parasympathetic nerves is false. I listed about 4 places it can also be released from. So it's not only from what? Parasympathetic what? Nerves. So this option is false. Option C. Say that acetylcholine is inactivated by reuptake into nerves. I already stated here that acetylcholine is inactivated by action of what? Acetylcholinesterase to what? Choline and what? Acetate. Rendering it what? Inactive. So what it means is that it is not inactivated by reuptake. Instead, it is inactivated by enzymatic action. Enzymatically, it's inactivated enzymatically. So this option is what? False too. The option is what? False. It's not true. Let's go to option D. Option D says that acetylcholine releases adrenaline from the adrenal medulla. Acetylcholine actually acts on the what? Nicotinic receptors on the adrenal what? Medulla at this site. Specifically nicotinic what? Receptor. It acts there to release what? Adrenaline. So this option D is what? True. Option D is what? True. Option D is what? True. That acetylcholine releases adrenaline from the what? Adrenal medulla by acting on the what? Nicotinic what? Receptors. So this is true. Option E says that acetylcholine is released from sympathetic nerves to the sweat glands. From sympathetic nerves to the what? Sweat gland. I think I have already mentioned this here. When I say that, specifically, it released from where? The postganglionic sympathetic what? Nerves to the what? Sweat glands. So this option is what? True. So from this question, acetylcholine is not synthesized by acetylcholinesterase. Acetylcholine is not only released from parasympathetic what? Nerves. I mentioned 4 places. Voluntary muscle, voluntary nerves to what? Skeletal muscle. Postganglionic sympathetic nerves to where? Sweat gland. In the central nervous system. At the same time, the preganglionic nerves to all the what? Autonomic what? Ganglia. So it's not only released from parasympathetic nerves. Then C. It is inactivated not by reuptake into the nerve. It is inactivated by what? By what? Enzyme action. This enzyme, acetylcholinesterase. So it is inactivated enzymatically, not by reuptake. D. Acetylcholine is released. Acetylcholine releases adrenaline from adrenal medulla. E. Acetylcholine is released from where? Sympathetic nerves to the sweat gland. Postganglionic. Thank you very much for your attention. Please, if you have any question, feel free to chat me up on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp line is on the screen. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. The name is Pharmacology the Schoolboy. Also follow me and like on Facebook and like my page also. My page name is Pharmacology the Schoolboy. Please like this video, share, comment. Your suggestions are always welcome. Please share with your friends, share with your colleagues, share with your family members. Someone may need this video. God bless you. See you next time.